All right. Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you from God our Father. If you're able to, particularly if you're in ministry, if you can spend a couple of moments and I'll be out of your way. I just kind of want to share something. This is just a creative ministry moment with an app that I've been using. I've had it for some time now, but more so now than previously. So particularly if you're a pastor, you're in ministry and you've been trying to kind of navigate what you have grown accustomed to experiencing ministry-wise, then I invite you to just kind of tune in just for a minute or two, or a few minutes, and just kind of want to share some a tip that I've used that's been very, very beneficial. As you see there, it's entitled Hoop Triggerz Plus. I'm getting absolutely nothing from this. I don't even know the gentleman who developed the product. What I do know is this product has made ministry for me during this difficult time that we're all dealing with. Yes, sir. Bishop, also, so Hoop Triggerz, get the plus. If you don't have the plus, get the plus. What I discovered last Sunday, once I upgraded to the plus has the congregational songs, tracks to it. It has everything that a person could need to facilitate music. So what you're hearing in the background is, and every preacher knows this sound, is called talk music for the lay person. And talk music is that music that while the person is talking, that music is flowing in the background, and it can be whatever key you want. Right now, I am naturally an A flat person. I've tried going to different keys, but naturally I'm A flat. And so this is an A flat. Well, if you are one who talks, say in another key, say E flat, it shifts the key. So this is a very powerful tool. It's called Hoop Triggerz Plus, and I'll show you Hoop Triggerz Plus. This is a wonderful, and as you can see, everything. If a person only has Hoop Triggerz, then they'll have the band, the 2-piece, and maybe like I Surrender All haven't been added to it. But I promise you, this is something that'll make like what you do wherever you go so enjoyable. You can flow through it. Now, granted, once you get acclimated to how to maneuver through it, you set up your song list. It's even categorized, which I just found out yesterday. If you hit the search button, it's pre-sorted. So I can hit the sort, and if I want hymns, if I want praise moments, worship moments, intercessory prayer, whatever it is, I can come here and it's already sorted out for me. So in my case, if I wanted to say do a hymn, then I just come here, maneuver through it, and to give you guys an understanding of what I'm talking about. I think we all know what this one is. I need. And then you just hit the pad. I need thee. All right. And this is how you maneuver through it. If you want to see the words as you go through it, you just, and it just has the words, and you create your own kind of rhythm. All right, every. Then it picks up with "Oh Bless." Me now. I come to then if I wanted to go into yes, I want to show you guys something. Go back here. And then all I do is just switch to special, and then it switches to yes. And then if I want to bring it out, I just simply hit this. So I maneuver through it. And whatever congregational song, so I'm able to do, if I want to do, say, praise moments. So I go to the category and I look for congregational flow or whatever. And you got different variations. This is all I'm doing. And you got different variations of it. So you can stop it, you can fade it out. Yes, it is, Apostle. It is an app. It's called Hoop Triggerz. You can get it through your Apple. iTunes, I believe, or even Android. So the Play Store. Now, and I'll explain again. I'm not a spokesperson of it. I've just used the product in the absence of being able to have the gathering as we've been so accustomed. That said, Pastor Bradley can identify, we still have to make ministry work to the best of our ability. And sometimes that investment gives us that. So, going back to the church flow. So, in the case where, so if I wanted to go search, sort, praise moments, and I'll find, say, which one was this? Let me find what I did Sunday. It's praise medley. All right. And on it has, I'm a soldier. Since I laid my burden down, victory is mine. I'm not doubting. I don't know that song. So I just made some words up to it that actually went with the rhythm. Then I come here and there are 4 additional songs. So to give an example, again, you can have the key. So if you like to sing an E flat, you have to know your key, all right, and what key works for you, and you adjust that down here. So I know for the most part, congregational songs sung in E flat. And Pastor Bradley, if he's still on, he can advise otherwise. But whatever key you sing him in, and you just hit down here at the bottom as well as the tempo. So we'll start with we'll go to scene 1. Start with praise medley, and I'm just gonna hit play. See, right now, all you have, you only hear the drums, all right? So you get into people just simply to clap their hands. What's unique is if you don't want the background vocals to come in, press that, no background vocals. Watch this. So I'm a soldier. So you just simply talking to the people. Come on, prepare yourselves. We're getting ready to give God glory. If you don't mind, just put your hands together. All right. Now watch this. I'm a soldier. Said I'm a soldier. Said I am a soldier. See, now you want to take the background vocals out? Come on and just clap your hands. If I want to switch songs to Victory Is Mine, victory is mine, victory today. Get thee today. Now the vocals only come in on the word today so that you can put whatever word you want to go in, whatever verse you want to go in. Joy today. See there? Listen, watch. Happiness is mine. Happiness is mine. Joy is I get happiness today. So you just, it has everything there for you. I'll go back to it and open it back up. Hit my search menu, sort, that way I can just get straight to it. And because I know where I'm headed, then it makes it a little easier for me to maneuver and just take the background vocals out. Then if I want to go to another, just simply send it on down. All right. Pastor Bradley says I'm having too much fun. So you just simply find a way to make it work for you. And even if you're a quartet person, here's some quartet. I know there's some quartet guys out there who's like, man, that stuff doesn't work for me. Here's a little quartet action. Then you just it's just different things that we can do. So you quartet fellas can make something, and this was called a drive. So he makes everything like If you want to take the music out, so whatever you want to do. Again, go to sort. I come here, go to my quartet section. So this is called Mississippi. I know you guys do stuff in E for the most part. So I get to the key of E. So this is for the people who are into quartet. So everything at your fingertips, all right? Then if you want to fade it out, you don't want to hit stop. It just fades out. All I'm showing you is, no, so I want to be clear to every pastor. This does not replace musicians. Let me be clear with that. This does not take the place of the musician, nor the musicians. What this says, in a moment like now where we're in the stay and shelter and there's so many restrictions, we're still able to deliver. We're still able to provide ministry at a level of intensity that we've each, I would imagine, become accustomed to doing. All right. So for the preaching moment. All right. So for those who like to preach with a cadence, yours truly is one of them. You just simply find the one. All right. The band is good. You go whichever one you want. But once I upgraded to Hoop Triggerz Plus, what works for me, I like the organ sound on so I go to the pad because I know which ones I want to go to, all right? And you're not bound with just doing it in order. So sometimes I may go, and then I'll go back. In my mind, I know I'm going back to the 3. Even if I want to go to the 7, back to the 4, back to the 1. All right? And then if I'm feeling really good, and the modulations are there. If God's gonna do it, come on and bless his name. And see how it works. So musicians understand. And so then if I want to just say, come on and give him glory. Come on, touch 2 or 3 people and tell them God's gonna do it. By this time I've gone to my key, which is G and A flat. Here, watch this. So you got to know how long you have, right? So if you wanted to kind of keep going, you come on and bless him. Come on and bless him. Hey. And then you just simply round it off. It's just that, so whatever key you want to be in, and again, it just gives you opportunity to just do something from wherever and still be able to do ministry at the level of intensity that you want. Now, I'm blessed, I'm fortunate to where as a musician, I know what I want to hear and the coordination. but it does work better if you have someone who can operate it for you while you're ministering, as opposed to you having to multitask in the midst of it. So if if there's a shout, we call them shout, but praise break. So this has different praise breaks. All right. So this is called scene 1. All I do is hit play. I learn from Ashton, I go about 155. And the tempo is, the tempo you typically want to be at, that's normal. And it has a natural feel. All right. So I'm in A flat, 155. And if I want to increase it in terms of the intensity, and you got the count in your head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So it doesn't sound like you're actually breaking, because you don't want to break. You want a good flow with it. See there? Then I go to the next scene. Every musician knows this. One, two, three, and. Now, this is what's wonderful. I don't have to just stay on this screen. Once I find 2 scenes that I like that go together, I may go back to scene 5. You just find what works for you. Because I like how 7 sounds. So I go from 5 to 7. And I went back to the 1. And it fades out. All right. That's called, for the fellas, that's the country shout. All right. I had to speed it up. I don't like that one as much as I like. Now the collections flow, it's pretty good. But it only has 4 scenes. All right. So I can go get them started. All right. This one is called a collection flow, but praise break 3. And that's the ending it. So what I found out was you want to try to utilize the ones that have the greatest number of scenes so that you can mix it up a little more. So I'll go back to collections. Go back to search, because I know the one that I would typically use. I like using, now the 2-piece organ drums is good. You can do the congregational. I can shout too. That's nothing but guitar, but so it doesn't do much for me. So this one has 4 scenes. It's in B. Again, you go to the key that you want. I normally do mine in the key that I'm already in, which is A flat or G. Back to tempo. Now this is coming out of the preach moment. So it has music, bass, and drums. So, fade it out. All right. These are just, so some of the ones that, we utilize. And again, it's about what you like. What my job is as an individual, because I believe in equipping people to say, okay, this is something that you can do. You don't have to be a rocket science to be able to do this. You just have to be able to sit down, make some time, go through it. Again, I'm not a spokesperson for the product. I'm just saying as a person who has used the product, all right, it works. So if you wanted to, again, it's depending on what you like. So if someone who plays guitar, hey, musicians know. So you find out what works for you, but it has a myriad of things. And then when I come out of the shout, all right, and I want to go back to just simple worship, then I go, because I already have my search menu, I know where I want to go. If I want to go to intercessory prayer, then I can come to the collections flow and go to my pad, and I want to make sure that this is what I want to have happen. Yeah. So add an instrument. This is the build up. Come on, people of God. Come on and love on him. Bless his name. Hallelujah. And then when you're ready for it to come down, you come hit. All right. And then you bring it down. You operate it. You control it. Pastor Scott, no, I don't. You can go to iTunes or your Play Store. It's called Hoop Triggerz. This version is the Plus version. If you type it in, you'll see so much about it. So my purpose for having shown you this was to say, if there is something that you want to continue to do, there, the myriad of different things on the Plus. This is just, all right, that says newly added. These are all the different apps that are available, or categories, different songs that have been added. And you just go with what works for you. You can see there's another one that's downloading. So these are just different things to help us so that while we're going and preparing for ministry, it makes ministry easy. I love being able to use the talk. So I'll find whichever one I know I want to say the band, right? Because the band allows the preaching, and it's preaching, shouting, and talk. So I just go with my talk music while I'm reading the scripture. And every preacher understands, man, talk music helps to set the tone for you as you're getting ready. And you don't have to, if it's too loud for you, you just adjust your volume. Adjust it. You talk. Again, knowing the key that you need to be in is what works for you. Because I'm natural an A flat person, I just simply talk in A flat. I'll demonstrate. Here we are tonight as we're preparing our hearts to bring to close another day. A day that we've never seen, nor will ever see again. It is a day whereby we've experienced the Thanksgiving opportunity unto the Lord. It's a day we've seen life happen for some. It's a day that we've seen. See how that works? Every preacher can identify with that. It helps you to bring in the minds, the scattering thoughts of the people. So this is the Hoop Triggerz Plus. Now you have to get it, and it has to work for how you're able to operate it. What I will say is, it's you really, everyone is different, because I like music and I like the live sound of it. So if you're in a stay-in shelter, and if you're home, if you have a speaker, like just a speaker to where you can utilize an auxiliary port to come out of it, it gives you the very live and the very vibrant feel of having been or being in service. So when I was asked about it, and so I use it at church. I'm not going to use it this Sunday because we're in North Carolina and we're allowed up to 10. So I won't use it this Sunday because it's Easter, and so making an exemption for it. But this is what I typically use, and it's appropriate anywhere. You just have to get in it, work through it. Again, this is not to take the place of musicians. That's not what this is for. This is for when, as like now, where many churches are shut down and budgets are more tightened, have been tightened, and so cutbacks and things have been in place. You don't get this to replace your musician, because nothing beats an anointed musician. All right, I'm a musician. I'm a pastor. I understand that, and I'm praying that this thing passes quickly, so things can kind of get back to a sense of normalcy. But until then, this is one of the things that I have to do, and I use it all the time. In my live videos, if I'm talking, I'll use it, whatever. It has everything you need to kind of help you facilitate service. So I hope that was a blessing to you. I have to jump off here as I have a meeting that I need to get to, but I hope it was a blessing to you. Again, it's called Hoop Triggerz Plus. Hoop Triggerz Plus. You can get the regular one, the standard one. That's a one-time fee of, I believe, I round up $60, or you can get the Hoop Triggerz Plus. It gives you access to all of that, and that one is $25 a month. However, $25 a month, if it helps to keep you where you need to be as we're navigating through this very trying and challenging moment, then I believe it's an investment for the creativity and the response that you'll get, as well as the confidence for you to be able to do. You just have to sing and function, know what works for you. Know tempo, know the keys that you need to be in. And I guarantee you, it will be a tremendous blessing to you. That said, that's my time. Again, I'm not being paid. This is not a paid advertisement. This is from someone, a pastor. You can go to my page. You can see that I've utilized it. And apart from one or two glitches, because I'm keeping up with myself, which can sometimes be a little challenging to do. That said, if you have someone who's able to do it with you and who knows your flow, the two may have to work some things, spend some time together to get a good feel of you. But I believe it can be something that can strengthen you, keep your ministry being able to flow wherever you are. I take this everywhere that I go, because I never know what I'll have to do. And so to make sure that I can still function and do what I need to do at the rate that I enjoy doing it, it's a small investment for such a great ministry impact. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope this was a blessing to you. Get it for your pastor, get it for your church, get it for your musicians. Get it for your musicians. Because if it's a situation where you go somewhere and they don't have instruments, well, guess what? You've equipped your musician to be able to still do. And musicians know how to do a little bit more maneuvering through this than I ever would. I only play drums. I don't play keys, but I just know what I like to hear. And I grew up around instruments. So, all right. Thank you guys for having tuned in. Share it. Have your leaders to take a look at it and or not. But I hope it was a blessing to you. All right. You all take care. Until next time. God bless.